So I saw a YouTuber called Jack's Films make a video on this autism test, and I thought it would be a good idea as someone who doesn't have autism but has the signs of autism to take this test. And today I'm with Athinema, who has been diagnosed with autism. She will tell me her scores after this test. This test is called the RAADS-R test. It's not a professional test. If you think you're autistic, please go and seek a professional. But just for the sake of today's video, we will be taking this test. It says it's roughly 30 minutes, but I feel like we're gonna go on a tangent and get distracted and watch YouTube videos and stuff. So expect this test to take at least an hour. She's gonna also help me as well. She's gonna say, oh, maybe you are, because I'm gonna struggle with thinking about myself. Right, let's get into this test. I'm a sympathetic person. I wouldn't say when I was young. I wasn't really sympathetic when I was young.
Were you not really thinking about other people's needs back then?
Not necessarily. You're a kid and you're young, you don't really care about other people other than yourself. So I would say true only now. Or maybe true when I was younger. No, it's true
Well,
only now.
for true when I was younger than it's 16, that would mean you are not a sympathetic person now,
I
which is
am now.
definitely not true because you do a bunch of charity stuff.
Yes. I often use words and phrases from movies and television shows conversations. I still cheese or whatever it was. True. And when I was young, true. And I would say only now. I don't think I ever did it. What did I ever do when I was a kid? I can't remember.
I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, there was a video we recorded, we're still editing, where every
Mm.
time a character said something in the game, you just repeated it. I
I'm gonna
don't know if
say
that counts. That was just directly after they said it.
I'm gonna say true only now. I'm often surprised when others tell me I have been rude. Well, it's rare when I'm rude, but most of the times when I'm rude, I can't even tell that I'm being rude. So yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that yes, it's true now and true when I was younger. Sometimes I can't tell when I'm being rude. Sometimes I talk too loudly or too softly, and I'm not aware of it. Oh my god, the amount of times
I can tell you right now, just I don't know if it's just a microphone thing, but definitely true now. There are some times I do have to turn down the volume of your videos.
The amount of times I've been told that I've been talking way too loud. Yeah, that is something. And I do talk softly sometimes. Like in the charity walks, I seem to talk calmer and more direct to the camera. I have to turn my voice up in editing. But video, sometimes
True.
it's very loud, but it depends on the situation. So yeah, true now and true when I was young. I often don't know how to act in social situations. Not when I was younger, but now I
Oh
do.
yeah. I don't think anyone truly knows how to act in social situations as a kid. We're all just learning.
I mean, now I have done lots of things. I've led a group. I've stood in front of uh, a college doing a speech. I know how to act in social situations. I don't get scared of being in front of like a big group. I can lead a big group if that makes sense. So I would say true. I'm gonna say
That sounds that sounds like it would be a true only when you were younger. So maybe C.
yeah, true. Only when I was young. I'm fine now, but back then you didn't know how to act in social situations. I mean, sometimes.
I and you know I'm still awkwardly social. Like that's
Mm,
not the wording. Well, there's an example of me not knowing how to talk.
I
But no,
mean,
no, you know I'm still socially awkward sometimes because even before when I was applying for TDA, I've told you I was so nervous about sending that email.
I can put myself in other people's shoes. Does that mean like I can see other people's situations they're in and
Yes, that's like
sympathize
you
to it
can
more?
take a look at a situation someone's in and understand what they're going through.
I mean, it kind of depends on that situation. If I've experienced it before, like losing a parent, losing a family member, yeah, I can put them in my shoes. But say if it's like I don't know, someone's like a friend of mine recently went to the hospital for over 2 months. I don't know what that's like. I've never been in a hospital bed.
Hmm.
I've been to the hospital. I've had stitches in my head, but I've not been in a hospital bed. So I can't really put myself in their shoes because I've not been in their shoes before. So it depends on the situation. But I'm gonna say
That's an interesting one.
I'm gonna say
There's a
true, but
lot of
only now.
questions in here. Yeah, a lot of questions in here where it feels like there should have been a sometimes or a
Mm.
depends on the situation type answer
Hmm.
rather than just based on age.
I have a hard time figuring out what some phrases mean. Like you're an apple of my eye. I mean, I don't even know what that means.
I
Starting off.
honestly still don't know what that means either.
Um. Well, I can't say never true. I have to say sometimes again, but it's not on here. I'm gonna put true only now, but I don't know how accurate that's gonna be. I only talk to people who share my special interests. No.
That's like things you're passionate about.
I mean, yeah, but no, I'm still inclusive and speak to people who don't have interests in me. I've spoken to people who have the opposite interest in me. I have a friend who I've known for 10 years and he will not stop talking about Star Wars, and I know nothing about Star Wars. So it's like,
It
yeah,
sounds like your friend might need to take the test too if he's only talking about Star Wars.
he's actually been diagnosed. Um,
Oh, well, that explains it.
Uh, I only talk to people who share my special interest. Never true. Never true. There's people who I would speak to who I don't have interest with, but also at the same time, when you meet people, you then slowly get their interests. I don't know if you've noticed. So
True. Yeah.
depending on the person.
Whether it's like you just change as a person or they introduce you to something that you didn't realize you liked before, then yeah, they can change your interest.
It's like if I didn't meet you or Dantas, I don't think I'll be as interested in art as I am now. So, details rather than the overall idea. I don't know. I'm gonna
That's
ask you for this.
that, that's going to be let's take editing a video for example. Let's take say you're editing a Minecraft video. Instead of focusing on what's happening in the actual clip or to get interested on something happening in the background, maybe two mobs or moving around in a way that looks like a funny dance, and you decide to while editing, oh, I should zoom on that and put like caramel dancing over it. That's what this is talking about.
I mean, sometimes, but let's go off the editing part. There's time where I've obsessed over a thumbnail because I did not like it, and I've changed it like over 10 times just to get the perfect thumbnail. And then I didn't like it again, so I came back to it. I've come back to thumbnails months later just to make new thumbnails. Um,
I think that counts. I would say that counts. Even if you're changing the smallest detail, that I'd say that counts.
true now and true when I was young because I've been doing YouTube for 10 years, of course. Anyway, I always notice how food feels in my mouth, not necessarily. This is more important to me than how it tastes. Never true. It's the taste.
Okay. I have a hilarious story about this one.
Mm.
So that I didn't realize that I was a texture person until this story happened where I wanted to try noodles. I asked my mom, "Hey, can I try noodles?" Sometimes she's like, "Yeah, sure, I can make you some noodles." And then I started like putting flavor into it while the noodles were boiling, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"What are you doing? I just want noodles." It was the most bizarre thing ever that I just wanted to have unflavored noodles. And after that first one, we tried again. It's like, okay, we'll try unflavored noodles this time. I loved the unflavored noodles.
Mm-hmm.
I did not care that they had no flavor. I just liked the noodles.
Yeah, I miss my best friends or family when I'm apart for too long. True now and true when I was younger. If I'm apart from my family for too long, I will miss them. And
It's a logical thing anyway. You have an attachment to someone, so if you don't see them for a long time, you're
mm-hmm.
gonna miss them.
It's like how I'm going away for the first time in 6 years, away from my family. It's just a day trip, but I'm still going away from my home for a day. I'll be over 300 miles away from home, and there won't be that family. It'll be just me and a friend away on a trip. So that is scary. So I am a bit scared about that trip, but it is what it is. Uh Sometimes I offend others by saying what I'm thinking, even if I don't mean to. Oh my god, I did it all the time as a kid. I do it less as an adult now. But I used to always talk what I thought, and it did offend some people. I would say true.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say true only when I was younger than 16. Let's put it that way,
yeah.
because I do.
Because like when you've done it enough times, you kind of learn to think about what you're gonna say before you say it
Mm.
when you get older.
I only like to think and talk about a few things that interest me. At first, I didn't like talking publicly that I liked Hatsune Miku because I thought, oh, it's weird that a 20-year-old at the time liked Miku so much. But over the time, it's now become like part of my brand. So yeah, slowly I kept myself to myself, and now
Would
my
you
peers know that I like Miku.
so would you say that applies to only now, or were there some situations where in the past you may have blabbered on about some interest of yours without thinking if it was either topical or related to what was already being discussed?
I wish I never mentioned YouTube in college and school. Because I have people come up to me saying, "Oh, how did YouTube go?" I thought, oh, I forgot I told you of that when I was 15 years old. Why? Okay. I talk about my interest all the time, so it's true now and when I was young, unfortunately. But I wish sometimes I didn't tell some people because my YouTube channel, I told one tutor about it, and then it spread across the college. It spread
Mhm.
across the college because that tutor was interested and shared it to his friend, which was another tutor. Then that tutor shared it to another tutor, and it spread around the college.
Oh, you just reminded me of another story I had. It was in a summer. I'll make it short 'cause I feel like I'm telling a lot of stories. But basically, I drew a dragon and showed it to my art teacher once, and they
Mm.
were like, "Wow, that's really good." And they showed it to the entire class.
And
Why? So
it,
then the entire class knew I liked dragons.
it's it's a similar story that I have when I was in
Mhm.
college.
Yeah, similar story, but it was just a class.
When I was in college, I told you about sharing it around. I was told by a student at that college that one of my videos was played by a tutor in their class. They had one of my game because at the time it was still a gaming channel, so they had one of my gaming videos on. I was talking about something I don't remember what, but it was just okay. So the college knows, like loads of students know what is going on. So, yeah. I would rather go out and eat in a restaurant by myself than with someone I know. Not true. I'm terrified going out on my own
Yeah,
to
yeah.
eat. I want to go out with friends or family. So I'm gonna say it never true.
Yeah. I'd also say, yeah, never true because, yeah, not only is that feels weird to be by yourself in a restaurant,
Hmm.
I personally have to bounce off of the other people at my table when ordering stuff because I need a second or a third person there to be able to get get across what I'm trying to order.
I'm gonna get booed in the comments, but I never tip the waitress or the waiter because they already get paid the
Yeah,
hourly
you're
wage.
British, so they don't live off of tips.
Your country's weird.
Tips are their salary here.
No, it should be hourly wage. They should not be a volunteer. Anyway,
I agree. I agree. They shouldn't basically be working for free, hoping that people pay them.
I cannot imagine what it'd be like to be someone else. Oh God, I compare myself all the time to other people and think, what it'd be like to live a day in that person's brain or body or whatever. It's like, hmm, it's because,
I I probably have a better sense on this just because I write a bunch of stories and I have to be able to
hmm
understand how different characters and personalities would feel towards things. But I feel like if I didn't write stories and stuff, I wouldn't have that ability.
I've been told I am clumsy or uncoordinated. No, I've been told the opposite. I've been told that I'm
I
organized.
I would have said just from video games. You seem to die a lot in video games, so I would have said yeah,
Well, clumsy in video
but
games,
that's video games.
but in real life, I am organized. I'm always on time. I'm never late. In fact, one time I was over an hour early for a meeting that I had. There was another time where my work on an internship was put in front of a manager's meeting. That was a good
I
time.
think I
So,
think specifically this is asking more about like your physical motor control. Because clumsy is like what you'd associate someone that trips a lot or
oh shit.
uncoordinated, someone that has
Okay.
poor balance.
Uh
Because this isn't talking about your schedule management.
My schedule management and everything else is fine, but falling. Okay, so the start this time. What? No, it was September last year. I fell down the stairs, and then later in that year, I slipped on ice and I fell. And then and then again this year, I slipped on mud and I fell. Okay, I'm clumsy.
At least it's not as bad as me. I tripped 3 times just yesterday.
Others consider me odd or different. Depends who you speak to. Do you consider me odd or different?
I'd I'd consider you atypical.
Atypical. What?
So basically not normal, but I wouldn't say odd because I'm already weird anyway.
Odd or different? Mm,
I'd say probably true. Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna put both. I understand when my friends need to be comforted. True only now, not when I was younger, really. Uh, so if I saw someone
Yeah.
upset, like, so if I can recognize instantly when Athinema's angry. Which is not the greatest because it's usually me who's pissed her off. But it's like, okay, that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I once as a little kid, my mom fell down the stairs with I guess we're going back on the clumsy thing with it, but my mom fell down the stairs once. She had a bunch of M&Ms with her, and me
Mm.
as a little kid decided instead of comforting my mom and seeing if she was all right, I was gonna steal all the M&Ms she had dropped all over the floor, and then
M&M's.
I ran off.
Oh, okay then. I am very sensitive to the way my clothes feel when I touch them. How feel? No, no, never true. To be fair, I bet I rarely notice that I have my clothes on. I know they're on, but I can barely feel them on my skin. So
This is more of a true for me now. I don't know why it changed, but I've noticed this a few years ago that yeah, some things I just hate. It's specifically sleepwear for some reason. I hate certain clothes whenever I'm going to bed.
I mean, when you're laying down, it's more pressing against your skin, your clothes, because it's heavy against you.
Yeah,
So
I think that's why.
I like to copy the way certain people speak and act. It was true when I transferred from like a regular, well, I'm gonna say regular school in quotations to special needs. I thought, I noticed that someone was humming in the playground. I thought, okay, that's normal behavior here. I'm gonna copy that. It wasn't normal. It was part of their trait. Um, so I'm gonna say it was
Just started
more
humming.
something like yeah, something like that. I would say true. It can be
Yeah,
very intimidating for me to talk to more than one person. Oh my god, I hate this.
yeah.
So I volunteer at the Salvation Army. And most of the time I'm on the till and I'm serving one customer, and then another customer says, "Oh, can you serve me as well?" It's like I can only serve one person at once, but I don't say that to them. But
Excuse me, multitask,
I,
multitask. I
I,
need something.
I remember when I was there and I was putting some items through. It was a big order. They had like stacks of clothes and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, this is going to take forever to get through. Then someone was behind. Then they put their items down on the counter. It's like there's not enough room for both of your stuff, and so the manager
Just
helped me.
expect you to grow a second head and 2 more arms.
So the manager helped me get through that customer quickly, but it's like that should not happen. It's oh my god, it happened and it's annoying.
Excuse me, sir. I see you're busy. Anyway, do you have time for my thing?
No, you can see him completely busy with like stacks and clothes worth like £100. Oh, just leave me alone for a second. I have to act normal to please other people and make them like me. I don't care if people like me.
Not even when you were a kid. I was gonna say you. A lot of times as a kid, you usually put on a personality to try to fit in.
Meeting new people was usually easy for me. Yes, there's a lot of things. I'm going to be meeting like a lot of higher ups in the UK government. I'm not going to say anything else soon, but that's going to be happening. But it's easy for me to meet new people. I highly get confused when someone interrupts me or when I'm talking about something. Okay, this is another Salvation Army story of the shop, and it literally just happened last week. So some dresses, it said on the on the tags of clothes, some dresses are 50% off if you get it's two for £5. Some dresses are two for £5. So this lady came up, and not all of them were part of that deal, and she kept saying two for £5, two for £5. And I said, no, that was not two for £5. And then I put all the dresses through that she put through, some for the discounted price, some for not discounted. And then she put some of the items back, and I had to get the manager to void some of the items from the thing. I almost overcharged her because it's her own fault. And it's like, oh, okay. No, it's not part of the deal. And then when the ones I'd say it's part of the deal, you put them back anyway. So yes, I got highly confused, and I almost overcharged her. So
So you're very interested in dresses then.
I'm not interested in dresses.
You might want to read the question again.
When someone interrupts me and I'm talking about something I'm very interested in, oh, I missed like half of the question. But I stopped
I didn't
here.
know you were a dresses man, Minnie.
No, I stopped here when I read the okay. um
Say you're talking to someone about Miku and Tato and Vocaloid, and then they suddenly start talking about
I I would be annoyed because for one I don't even like footballers. You say soccer. No.
soccer. I almost did say soccer.
True, only now. It is difficult for me to understand how other people are feeling when we are talking. It can be hard for me to understand body language. Yes, yes, it can. I like having a conversation with several people. For instance, around a dinner table, or I used to. But if it's three of you, it's really hard to get a
Yeah.
conversation in because someone's shouting over someone, or you find it awkward to join the conversation.
I would say that's only fun if it's a smaller group and
Mm-hmm.
if you're all in on the same conversation and it's like not a super public
I'm gonna
environment.
say not necessarily. It's just me and one other person. I take it too literally, so often I take things too literally, so I often miss what people are trying to say. No, I can take a joke. I don't need the /J thing to let me know someone's joking. I know when someone's joking. Um,
I desperately need the Flash J.
I know when someone's jealous. You can tell from a mile off. Not true now, and I also true only now, but when I'm younger, not necessarily because it's easy to manipulate someone who's younger.
So like
Uh,
there's no specific textures or like any fabrics or anything that bother you when you touch them.
what's annoying me right
No,
now is
you're lucky.
that I've got a bump on my hand and it's very itchy, and that's annoying me. I get extremely upset when the way I like to do things is suddenly changed.
I mean, you know this is
Necessarily.
true for me because I get really thrown off whenever my plans get changed.
I get annoyed internally, but I don't show it. So necessarily, I have to say, never true. So I never wanted or needed to have other people call me uh, an intimate relationship. I've never wanted or needed to have what other people call an intimate relationship. When I was younger, I was like, all my friends have girlfriends and I have no one, and I must get someone. So I would say true only when I was younger than 16. It is difficult for me to start and stop a conversation. Jake, shut up and get on with your work. Some ex-teacher. um, so I'm gonna say true now and true when I was young. Oh god, I speak with a normal rhythm Would you say so?
I I'd say your rhythm to like how you speak is your speech pattern is pretty normal. Because for me, I have a tendency where I have an imbalance with my tone where I'll end a sentence my tone up, which usually
Hmm.
implies that I'm going to say something else, even though I'm done with my sentences. And sometimes I just stop in the middle of what I'm saying.
The same sound, color. Well, you spelled color wrong there, sir, but okay. Or
It's
texture.
American. It's right. He's right. No, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't turn him British. Don't turn the test British. No.
Fine. The same sound, color, or texture can suddenly change from very sensitive to very dull. What the hell does that mean?
That basically means if you experience the same sensation multiple times in like pretty much I wouldn't say quick succession, but maybe over a period of time, maybe it'll go from being something that really provokes you to suddenly not having a response at all.
But never true, but I don't even know what it means fully. The phrase "I've got under my skin" makes me uncomfortable. Never true. Why is this test making me itchy? Why? Okay.
As soon as
Sometimes
it mentions skin,
true. Sometimes the sound. Anyway, sometimes the sound of a word or high pitched noise can be painful to my ears. True now, and when I was young, when I went to the Michael movie, the music was blasting, and at first I hated it, and then I got
yeah,
used to it.
they seem to do that with a lot of theaters now. Anyway, I don't know why they're all so loud. I have to bring earplugs every time.
I am an understanding type of person. True now,
That's
but
true
not
now.
true when I was young because I did not care as much. I do not connect with my characters in movies and cannot feel what they feel. I do not connect. I mean, I have almost got emotional to like characters like dying and stuff. So I would say I can connect to characters and stuff. I cannot tell when someone is flirting with me. I, I think someone was. Is going to sound so weird. Was fake flirting with me. So they try and sound all flirty, but when you go up to them, they just laugh in your face.
Uh,
So
that's a sucky thing to do to someone anyway. Fake flirt.
I can see my mind the exact detail of things that I'm interested in. I can see. So if I can have an art idea, I can see how I want that art piece to come out. Then it looks absolutely shit when I try and draw it. So, yeah, I can see things exactly in my mind, and when I was younger as well. I can see it as like this wonderful masterpiece, and then it comes out horrible. Super things of a list of things that interest me, even when I have no practical use. I only keep a list of things that interest me is when the college told me when I first joined. Oh, what's your interests? We would like to find out for our student survey. That's the only time I wrote that down. Um,
I
yeah,
would I would count calendar things as well. Like if you note something on a calendar you want to take note of.
I noted on a calendar one day because I'm really bad at this for me to take out the bins because it was bin collection day the next day. So I like to talk things over with my friends. Through now and when I was younger, yes. I could not tell if someone is interested or bored with what I am saying. Oh, I can. It's so if you put your hand on your face, you can tell that's probably someone's bored with you. So, mm, it it's hard to tell. I
I
could
mean,
put.
it's not usually that obvious because I mean,
Mm,
I've probably although you have a brother too anyway, but sometimes when I've been talking to my sister about stuff I'm working on, she'll be sitting there for a bit and it won't be until 10 minutes after she's been scrolling on her phone that I realize, oh, she's probably not interested in this.
it's been hard to read someone's face and hand and body movements when they're talking. Oh, I'm someone who talks with my hands when I talk. I do it when I record videos, even though I have no face cam sometimes. I
That's why the mic pops every now and then.
Yeah, it's not hard. In fact, it makes it easier to concentrate on someone somehow. The same thing, like clothes or temperatures, can feel very different to me at different times. At the moment, my room is very hot, but it's a UK heat wave. It's currently like 21 Celsius outside. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's very hot at the moment.
You never had it where like a food you liked for some reason stopped tasting as good?
Oh yeah, I have. I think it was corned beef. I used to love corned beef, and now I don't like it anymore.
Huh.
I'm
Maybe
gonna.
only now? If it just changed recently?
Okay. True now, but not as a kid. I'm sorry, but as a kid, I would not have cared if something was happening. I have been told that I have an unusual voice, for example, flat, monotone, childish, or high. But for me, I don't even know what my
I would
voice sounds like
I wouldn't
100%.
say I wouldn't say unusual, but I'd say it's pretty unique. I'd say pretty recognizable. Yeah. It's hard to describe exactly what it is, but and it may just be because I'm American and you have a British accent. But I was like, I could identify your voice.
Never. I've never been told that my voice is. Sometimes a thought of subjects gets stuck in my head, and I have to talk about it even if no one is interested. Oh my god. Yes. But,
Yeah.
but
Is that
yeah.
a big relatability one?
I do certain things with my hands over and over again, like flapping, twirling. Oh, bro, I'm playing with white tack right now. Um,
Yeah, I forgot about the tackworm you made.
tr- true now. When I was young, I guess I fiddle with things. Does that count? I gotta say that
Yeah, for
counts.
sure.
I have never been interested in what most people I know consider interesting. Well, most people I know consider Minecraft interesting. Most people I know consider gaming interesting. Most people I know, oh,
What about like NASA and like space stuff that's been going, like the Artemis stuff everyone was going crazy about?
I've not watched it, but I used to have, as a kid, I used to have space books, and I used to be blown away by space and loved it. So,
Space is pretty cool.
I'm gonna say true now. And when I was young, I am considered a compassionate person. In my recent job interview and the job that I landed, they said, well, the reason we're hiring you is because you seem like a compassionate person. So, yes, but only now, not when I was younger. I get along with people by following a set of specific rules that help me look normal. No, I don't care. If someone doesn't like me or if I don't fit in, then I know that I'm not going to fit in. I'm not going to talk to them. It's very difficult for me to function in groups. Bro, I led an entire class. No. I would say true when I was younger, though. So I'm going to put C. I'm talking to someone, it is hard to change the subject if the other person does so. I can get very upset and confused. Okay, so say I'm talking about, let's say, if we were all talking about Minecraft and we're talking about what we should do on a Minecraft server, and then they suddenly change the subject, it does piss me off, yes. Yes, it does. Sometimes I have to cover my ears to block out painful noises. Like vacuum. No, I don't care. You could vacuum clean and all sorts.
I've
Yeah, that's a good example because I was pouring with rain not that long ago and I needed to get a taxi because I forgot to pack my waterproofs. I said, hello, have you been busy today? I made small talk with the taxi driver. So it's like, yeah,
I'm gonna adopt that into my small talk vocabulary. All I've got right now is how you doing and how's the weather. That's
have you
all
been
I've got. You've
ha-
been busy today.
have you been busy today? Yeah,
You've
and
been
when I was
busy.
young. Sometimes things that should feel painful are not. For instance, when I hurt myself, but oh my god, I cry like a baby. When talking to someone, I have a hard time telling when it's my turn to talk or listen. Yes, in a conversation, especially when you want to say something wants to come out my mouth, and then it can't because someone else butts in, and I don't know when to get in the conversation. True now when I was young. I'm considered a loner by others who know me best. A loner? I do.
I would not call you a loner at all.
I'm always with someone.
Yeah. Like even just online in general, like you were in a lot of spaces. Like I see you post all the time. You respond to a lot of comments. You're very much a social person.
I'm feeling stressed. I just listen to music. It's never true. The phrase "he wears his heart on his sleeve" does not make sense to me. What the hell? Yes, true now. And when I was young, what the hell does that mean?
I only know what that means just because I write. So it's a saying basically saying that a person is expressive about what they're feeling.
Ah, 6, 7. No, I'm joking. Ah,
Oh
uh,
my gosh.
if I'm in a place where there's too many smells, textures, feels, noises, bright lights, no. The same sound sometimes seems very loud or very soft, even though I know it has not changed. I guess true sometimes, yeah. I don't like to be hugged or held. Depends who's doing it though.
I'd say like generally it's like the feeling of like skin to skin contact, or maybe if you don't like
Hmm.
a certain texture of the clothing someone's wearing, or maybe they've got a cologne or something you don't like. Hugs are complicated.
It's difficult to figure out what other people expect of me. So it depends. Sometimes, not all the time. People tell me that I give too much detail.
It's like when you're talking, do you give too much exposition to what you're bringing up? Is basically what that's asking.
I'm often told that I ask embarrassing questions. True, but when I was under 16, I tend to point out other people's mistakes. True now, and when I was younger. Oh my god, it's
Oh
school
yeah, for sure.
time.
We have a whole thing in our DMs where anytime someone makes a spelling error, the other points it out.
Yeah, right, school time. And then you tell me yours. Right, top 103 language
And it
subtitle.
shows you what specific categories you scored the highest in.
Social relatedness 43. Sensory motor 22. Circumcised interest 28. So what was your score since you're autistic?
Mine, oh, you ready? I blew you out of the water. Hold on.
What 169, nice. So there's a chance that I'm probably not autistic.
You can look down at the results again and see what specific.
Response show some autism related traits, though the score in this range are less specific and can overlap with ADHD, anxiety, or depression. I feel like I fall more under the ADHD category, if I'm being honest. Um,
Eh, if you want to see what mine falls into.
does oh jeez, very strong alignment with autistic traits.
I am very, very special.
So there's no with me. I'm not diagnosed. I've asked for a test and not got back to me, so it's like okay.
That doesn't mean you're not autistic. It means you have a potential to be, but you could also be a different type of neurodivergency. Like you mentioned, the ADHD. ADHD and autism have a lot of overlap. But my sister, for example, she has ADHD, and for a while she even thought she could have autism, but it's just when she got diagnosed, they test for multiple disorders, and ADHD is all she came back with. Diagnosed. I was originally going in to get tested for ADHD, and I got an autism diagnosis instead.
Alright, everybody, if you want to take that test yourself, I'll leave a link in the description down below and let me know your results. Are you on the spectrum? Are you not on the spectrum? Were you diagnosed with autism but it's telling you otherwise on this site? Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching and be yourself. Bye bye.